Hey family, Dad here. Hope you're having a great day. On this video, I just wanted to talk about it's been 2 years since my last layoff and wanted to share what's happened since. Going back in time, in April of 2024, I was with a healthcare sales company announcing layoffs, roughly about, I think, 30% of the sales force. Here on the West Coast, they had 2 people for every 1 territory. So they needed to trim that. They gave us 6 weeks. So this came out roughly around mid-April, and then the end of May, everything would be finalized. So they did give us an opportunity to apply for the role. I went forward, however, I did not get the role with the company. And I was laid off after 15 months with the company. I really enjoyed my time. My manager was great. He had to reapply for his role as well. Unfortunately, he did get the role, which I'm happy for. But for me, I was not so fortunate. The last day of May was my last day. But the one great thing was they provided 10 weeks of severance, which is great considering I was only there for about, I think, 14, 15 months. So right after that announcement in April of 2024, I started right away applying for some new roles. Now, fortunately, I interviewed with multiple companies, and I've shared that on a previous video. Did find a role, and I did get an offer with the company right before my last day of work. So fortunately, there was no job gap. I started the new role in June, first week of June of 2024. Because obviously, if you've ever been laid off before, there's always a little bit of stress and anxiety of not having a source of income. Now, looking back, 2 years since my last layoff, just a few thoughts were, it is nice to have a little bit of consistency, no job gap, no stresses. There's always stress involved if there's an announcement of layoffs within your company. I've been laid off 4 times. I was laid off in 2009, 2015, 2022, and then 2024. And what I've learned after each layoff, especially the first one, be prepared financially. Have an emergency fund. Today, I have 12 months worth of expenses in an emergency fund just because I feel comfortable with that. I've been laid off 4 times, and I feel like that 5th one is just over my shoulder. There's already a lot of stress of not having a job when a layoff happens. Having a little money in your account just to float you during the job gap provides a little relief. And always keep your resume updated as well. I always keep it updated every 6 to 12 months just to be ready. And then another note as well, I'm always interviewing. Just to keep my interviewing skills sharp. If you're in a good spot like I am today, you probably don't have to prepare as much for these interviews, but having those conversations with the interviewer really helps get comfortable with the process of the interview. Because I can tell you there's been a few people who haven't interviewed for like 5, 10, 15 years. And then all of a sudden they get laid off, and then now they're in a panic. They have to update their resume. They have to go through the interview process, which creates some anxiety because they haven't been through it in a while. And that can jeopardize your chances of getting a job. So fortunately today, after 2 years since my last layoff, I'm in a good spot. I started this company with this role back last year in April of 2025. So I've been here for a little over a year as we're recording this in May. It's a great company. I like the role. We just brought in a new manager. My manager seems great. We have a new direct manager. He started about a month ago. Seems like a great guy. My old manager, who hired me for this role, she left at the end of February of 2026 and jumped with a new company, a startup company. And right before she left, she asked me if I wanted to join her once there's a spot open up here in the Pacific Northwest. So she's responsible for creating a new team. I looked on their website and I talked with her a little bit, and as of today, they haven't added a Pacific Northwest role yet, but who knows, 6 to 12 months from now, there might be another role that'll be opening up on her team. But tell me your thoughts. Have you been laid off previously? How many times? What have you learned from your layoffs? Comment, subscribe. I would definitely appreciate it. So that's all I got. I'll see you all at the next video.